This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. A pair of shutout blowouts on the road usher in the advent of league play for Mojave River League and Desert Sky League teams. Apple Valley's rare win at Serrano is the worst defeat in Diamondbacks school history. Silverado steamrolls Victor Valley as the Hawks unleash all their weapons in blanking the Jackrabbits. Noah Seeley puts on a clinic, throwing 4 scoring passes and adding a rushing touchdown in the 50-point win at Snowline Stadium. 2 scoring passes caught by senior tight end Brandon Armillo, Jacob Wilkerson, and Leonard Carrasco, the others. This 13-yard touchdown to the senior tight end, the Sun Devils' longest scoring play. This 12-yard touchdown reception by junior wide receiver Jacob Wilkerson followed the Diamondbacks' safety and put the visitors up 15-0 in the first quarter. 9 different receivers are recipients of Noah Seeley aerials. The junior quarterback throws for 154 yards on the night. Noah Seeley rolls right, looks to throw, cuts back, skips past 1 defender, and blasts through 2 more at the goal line, scoring on a play that began from 1 yard out. Apple Valley led 29-0 at the half. This play pretty well sums up the matchup. Isaiah Ojeda carries tacklers with him. Second and third effort in gaining an additional 5 yards after initial contact. No less than 7 Diamondbacks taking a crack at the All-Mojave River League wide receiver. Dustin Reynolds demonstrates that same determined effort, spinning away from 1 tackler, another 360, keeping his feet. The same play on which the 6'2", 220-pound two-way standout had scored the game's first touchdown. The Sun Devils' defense unrelenting from start to finish. One is senior linebacker Isaiah Zuniga, pulling the ball carrier back for a loss on the play. Apple Valley shuts down the Diamondbacks' running attack for the greater part throughout. In similar manner, Francisco de Jesus grabs the ball carrier in the backfield and pulls him back for a loss. Francisco de Jesus is 6'3", a senior who tips the scales right around 320. I wouldn't want to venture a guess as to when a Serrano team has been shut out before, but it's likely never. The Sun Devils snuff out the Diamondbacks' passing attack as well. Jaira Lupepetela, 48, stuffs the pass receiver for a loss. The senior defensive lineman is 6'1", 280. Caden Strubing picks off this J.J. Kavanaugh attempt. Caden Strubing, 6'2", 185, junior free safety. Serrano's sophomore J.J. Kavanaugh, under heavy pressure repeatedly, this pass deflected, and Joshua Soria intercepts, running it in for a touchdown. The TD is nullified by a blocking penalty after the pick. Josh Soria with this sack. He is a 5'10", 160-pound senior cornerback. This is one of Xavier Salazar's excellent runs. The 5'10", 160-pound junior leads Apple Valley ball carriers with 107 yards this night. Kyle Godfrey's Sun Devils are back at it with another Thursday night game on the road, next at Sultana. The Sun Devils win their 4th in a row and 2nd straight shutout against a reputable local opponent, coming off last week's 41-0 blanking of Silverado. Speaking of, Kieran Jones' Hawks rebound with force. Devin Gandy punt return, Frederick Hunter kickoff return, Gabe Campos rushing touchdown and scoring pass among Silverado's 6 touchdowns in the 42-point win at Victor Valley's Raymore Stadium. Underlying incentives spur Silverado's vengeance, most noteworthy that of former Jackrabbits quarterback Gabe Campos, who has an excellent game. Silverado hits the road next week to take on Granite Hills in what may prove to be the pivotal game deciding the Desert Sky League championship. Apple Valley overcomes a turnover and penalties plagued first half to subdue Sultana 49-12. Sultan's quarterback Jacob Higgs was unstoppable at the outset. Touchdown passes by hook pattern or by crook. Elijah Crook and Corey Cabrales scoring touchdowns in the first quarter, stunning the visiting Sun Devils, whose offense kept shooting themselves in the foot by losing 3 fumbles and seeing this Sultana interception an outlier of turnovers that contribute to the Sultans leading 12-6 at halftime. The first half was all Sultana, essentially the Jacob Higgs show. The brilliant sophomore repeatedly evades Apple Valley pass rushers, scrambles for first downs on more than one 4th and long situation, playing with a broken wrist suffered in the previous week's dramatic key game victory. Jacob Higgs is uncanny in his elusiveness and ability to unload quickly and connect with his receivers. Elijah Crook, the receiver here, Elijah Crook scored Sultana's first touchdown on a 44-yard bomb. Apple Valley's first touchdown comes with 2 minutes to go before halftime. Noah Seeley keeps and carries in from 12 yards out. Coach Kyle Godfrey's halftime address to his Sun Devils was an exercise in tough love as he unleashes his frustrated beasts in the second half to the tune of 43 unanswered points. Noah Seeley hits Isaiah Ojeda on the first play of the second half. The 57-yard scoring drive takes 4 plays to produce the second Sun Devils touchdown, Xavier Salazar scoring from 15 yards out. The Sun Devils defense steps up their aggression, asserting itself. Brandon Armio, 12, the sack with Vanden Gayten. Then Brandon Armio creates the fumble. Caden Strubing, 7, recovers. 3 plays later, just 90 seconds after scoring his first touchdown, Xavier Salazar scores again from 15 yards out. The 5'8", 142-pound junior carries for 190 yards this game. Michael Mendoza bowls through defenders and scores the 2-point conversion that makes it 21-12. And the route is on. Very next play, Ethan Garibay, 47, hits the scrambling quarterback. It is Vanden Gayten, 81, at the bottom of the pile, securing control of the ball. Vanden Gayten, 2 sacks, a tackle for a loss, and this fumble recovery this game for the lanky 6'4", 220-pound senior linebacker. Noah Seeley and Brandon Armijo combined to turn the turnover into points on the scoreboard. The scoring play from 15 yards out, 28-12, with 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Caden Strubing's leaping interception interrupts Sultana's ensuing possession. Caden Strubing, the strapping 6'2", 185-pound junior free safety, turning in a handful of plays for the highlights reel. He describes his team's defensive preparation policy.
We're preparing by working hard each day, and we're all just together, and we work as a team, and we're definitely going to stop down this offense, no doubt about it.
Good comments. Good luck. Go get it.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Caden Strubing's interception sets up Apple Valley's 5th scoring drive. Noah Seeley scrambling to the 4. Aiden Sanchez gets the call and plows through a trio of defenders to make it 35-12 with 8 seconds remaining in the third. Aiden Sanchez is 5'10", 215, a junior. That 8 seconds proves to be ample time for the Sun Devils to score their 5th touchdown of the third quarter. Noah Seeley carries for his second rushing touchdown of the game, capping an Apple Valley possession that began by recovering an onside kick. The final scoring of the night, a jubilant Isaiah Zuniga from 7 yards out against his former teammates. The 6'5", 190-pound Isaiah Zuniga, ordinarily a linebacker, played at Sultana before transferring to Apple Valley for his senior season. The final score in this one, Sun Devils 49, Sultans 12. Silverado's Hawks swoop down on Granite Hills, defeat the Cougars by 23 points, and emerge alone atop the Desert Sky League standings. Silverado's cause aided by Atalanto's win over Barstow. The Saints' first DSL game derails the Aztecs' bid to remain unbeaten in league play. Darren Gandy delivers an all-around superb performance, scoring Silverado's first touchdown on this 39-yard reception of the Gabriel Campos delivery. The versatile 5'10", 140-pound senior wide receiver / wildcat running back / defensive back adds a 24-yard rushing touchdown and throws in an interception in the 42-19 verdict. Fellow senior Frederick Hunter also scores twice, this 63-yard touchdown, giving the Hawks a 20-6 lead at halftime. Frederick Hunter, 6'1", 160, carries for 131 yards. Silverado's defense shut down Granite Hills' ground game. Senior linebacker Andrew Almos, 27, leading tacklers here. Andrew Almos is 6'2", 220. The Cougars' passing game picked off twice. Ivan Lewis, 8, with this interception. The 5'7", 190-pound senior linebacker is the Hawks' defensive captain and leading tackler on the year. Granite Hills' marquee multiple-threat running back Cameron Smith grabs the toss from the scrambling Byron Rivas and scores the Cougars' first-half touchdown on this play of 51 yards. Cameron Smith, 5'6", 160-pound junior. The outcome leaves Alex Gonzalez Cougars winless in DSL play. Kieran Jones sees his Hawks at 2-0, alone atop DSL standings. Atalanto's high-scoring win over Barstow propels the Saints smack dab into the thick of the Desert Sky League race. Their initial triumph under Coach Raphael Perry sets up next week's showdown against Granite Hills. Running back Keith Reynolds scored 3 touchdowns in the 49-42 win over Barstow. Keith Reynolds is 5'10", 185, a senior. His touchdowns included runs of 79 and 66 yards. Every winning team among the 5 DSL and Mojave River League schools scored between 41 to 49 points last week. Rigo Cabral scores 3 touchdowns on 133 yards rushing. Marcus Mahalchik, 2 touchdowns, carrying for 180 yards. Casey Mahalchik's Diamondbacks score in every quarter at Burroughs in the 41-12 road win. Serrano gears up for their next test. They go to Oak Hills to tangle with the undefeated Bulldogs. Diego Lopez has his biggest game to date, 6 touchdown passes in Oak Hill's 49-16 win over Hesperia. The Bulldogs' junior quarterback throws for 370 yards, completing 18 of 22 passes. Shea Gabriel, 4 of the touchdown passes. In Robert Metzger's Bulldogs' 7th win in a row. The Bulldogs, the area's highest-ranked and only undefeated team, host Serrano next. Apple Valley was defeating Sultana at the same time the Bulldogs were beating the Scorpions Thursday last. Noah Seeley and Xavier Salazar, 2 touchdowns each in the win at Sultana. Kyle Godfrey's Sun Devils host the Casey Goodnaw Scorpions next. High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting the teams, schools, athletes, and sports programs throughout our High Desert and Mojave River Valley. Victor Valley College captures a win at L.A. Pierce, corralling those Brahmas 24-7. Coach Artie Allen's Rams score in every quarter, striking first on a Tyler Karen to Matt Lowe touchdown pass. This video of that same play from a previous contest. Rams opponents know they have to defend against this potent connection, but knowing that and bringing down the fast and powerful tight end is another problem. A Carlos Garcia 23-yard field goal puts the Rams up 10-0 in the second quarter. Adrian Perez, 27, scores the second Rams touchdown. It comes in the third quarter. The former Sultana Sultan carries for 97 yards this game, his top rushing game as a Ram. Kenyard Edwards Jr. finishes the Rams scoring with a fourth quarter touchdown as we welcome the return of the returning all-conference running back who was sidelined the previous two games. The Rams outrush L.A. Pierce 161 yards to 22 for the Brahmas. Tyler Karen completes 19 passes for 189 yards, those completions to 9 different receivers, 3 caught by Matt Lowe, the former Serrano Diamondback. Hosea Stokes hauls in 4 passes, the former Adelanto Saint, seen scoring here earlier in the season. Hosea Stokes, another of the Rams who were all-conference a year ago. Mac Miller leads Rams tacklers this game with 6 tackles, 4 of the solo variety for the returning all-conference defensive back from 29 Palms. Adrian Rodriguez, VVC's leading tackler on the season, in on 5 tackles against the Brahmas. The Rams limit L.A. Pierce to 167 total yards. The Rams offense amasses 326 yards of total offense. The VVC Victory Tour takes them back to Los Angeles to play LA Valley Saturday. Those Monarchs are 1-3 on the year, same as the Rams. The football Rams win at L.A. Pierce capped a good week for Victor Valley College men's athletics overall, with Rocky Humphrey's wrestling team defeating Lassen 41-9. Sammy Lara's soccer team swept their opponents last week, beating Compton and San Diego City by identical 2-1 scores. This Victor Valley College Sports Report is presented by the Bradco Companies, Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies, the High Desert Mojave River Valley's longest-standing full-service commercial brokerage firm. Bradco, ardent supporters of the teams, athletes, and sports programs at Victor Valley College. Lot of football flashbacks on this date in High Desert sports history. Silverado Hawks and Adelanto Saints. High-stakes battle destined to decide the 2018 Desert Sky League Championship. Tishawn Brown scores 4 first-half touchdowns in Granite Hills' 2018 win over the Aztecs. Would Apple Valley's big plays on defense be enough for the Sun Devils to overcome stubborn Burros in this 2013 shootout? Silverado's Sam Taylor and Serrano's Austin Williams and Sultan Sullivan shine in Victor Valley College come from behind wins in 2016.
What's at stake tonight?
DSL League titles. There's a lot of stake tonight.
The Saints bring on a team with an unprecedented 6-game winning streak, determined to dethrone the defending Desert Sky League champion Hawks. What awaits all is a defensive struggle of massive proportions, unforeseen, and a contest beset with bends and breaks by both teams that leave the outcome not to be decided until the final 2.5 minutes of play. Both teams come in averaging 26 points a game. Both teams will roll sevens to hit pay dirt. The Hawks, 7 twice. Silverado's Nick Reed-Casey scores a pair of second-half touchdowns, the first from 7 yards out. It puts the Hawks up 9-0. The second, the game winner, essentially on the 24-yard run on the first play of the fourth quarter. The Saints, number 7, Marshawn Buchanan, bursts through for a 92-yard sprint to the end zone. The touchdown brings Atalanta within 3, 9-6, entering the fourth quarter. With a harvest moon as a backdrop and the Desert Sky League distinction of front-runner hanging in the balance, Silverado holds on and emerges with a 4-point victory, 16-12. Granite Hills running back Tayshawn Brown scores 4 first-half touchdowns to lead the Cougars to a resounding 68-6 rout of Mark Keppel High School in a somewhat rare Thursday Night Lights version of prep football in the high desert. This 65-yard run is the first Granite Hills touchdown, coming on the Cougars' third play from scrimmage. It is Tayshawn Brown's longest touchdown of the night. The Cougars' second touchdown comes on Tayshawn Brown's 61-yard run on the team's second possession. The returning All-Desert Sky League running back escapes a horse-collar tackle and outruns the Aztecs secondary. Tayshawn Brown had 6 rushing touchdowns coming in. He will have 10 by halftime. Tayshawn Brown takes Feliciano Hernandez's handoff and stomps into the end zone for the 2-point conversion that makes it 14-6, 5.5 minutes in. Watch 56, Nathan Garcia, the lead block. The Cougars' center, 54, blocks down. Tayshawn Brown to the end zone and scores from 17 yards out. Tayshawn Brown is listed at 5'8", 180. Cougars' touchdown number 4 comes on their first possession of the second quarter. Feliciano Hernandez pitches it to Dylan McGill on the quick out, and the 5'7", 150-pound junior cuts back past one defender, sprints past a linebacker, cuts once more to the middle to cut the feet out from under the free safety, and Dylan McGill is home free. 61 yards the scoring play. Dylan McGill's second touchdown reception of the year. Tayshawn Brown obliterates Aztecs defenders on the Cougars' next possession, bowling over 2 members of the Mark Keppel secondary, scoring from 30 yards out. He finishes with 192 yards on just 7 carries. The victory moves Granite Hills to 4-1 on the year. They entered this game ranked 9th in Division 13. Coach Alex Gonzalez has one more tune-up for his Cougars before entering Desert Sky League play. That will be against the Excelsior Eagles. For the Apple Valley Sun Devils, it was one big play after another. But would these big plays be enough to defeat a stubborn Burroughs team? The home team, Sun Devils defense, got the team off to a thunderous start when Jacob Munoz scooped up a Burroughs fumble on the visitors' opening series, running it in from 40 yards out in the opening minute of play. But Burroughs would retaliate, scoring on a big play of their own, a 71-yard scoring pass, and Apple Valley found themselves trailing 7-6 in the early going. The first huge play on offense came following the first Burroughs score. Justin Connors unloads to Brandon Mapstead, who outruns the Burroughs secondary to score on an 80-yard play.
A long scoring pass. I ran my corner route,
Offensive line executed the pass protection perfectly.
Apple Valley's huge play number 3 early in the third. It's second and long. Justin Connors fakes the pass, finds a seam, and goes full steam. 83 yards for the touchdown. It's Apple Valley back in front, 20-14. Burroughs marches into the red zone, trailing by 6. But this series of defensive plays turns back the Burroughs and turns the tide in favor of Apple Valley. The Sun Devils defense does its job again on the final play of the third quarter. Justin Wagner's pass interception sets up the drive leading to the 4th Apple Valley touchdown of the night. Connors to Mapsped in the corner of the end zone. Apple Valley 27, Burroughs 14. But Burroughs comes right back with a long sustained drive, making it a one-possession game once again, 27-21. On the Sun Devils' ensuing possession, the home team Orange and Black seem to put the game away when Tevin James gets outside and races 64 yards to score. Apple Valley 34, Burroughs 21. 6 minutes remain in the ballgame. It will take big plays by Apple Valley defenders to turn back the Burroughs a final time. Number 40 is junior linebacker Brandon Knox. Then it's Christian McNatt. After flattening the starting Burroughs quarterback on the previous play, McNatt smothers the backup signal caller. Apple Valley takes over on downs, runs out the clock, and emerges with the 34-21 triumph. The Victor Valley College Rams stand at 2-1 on the year following a second straight come-from-behind effort and victory against a lower-ranked opponent. Coach Dave Hoover's Rams fell behind at West Los Angeles before rallying to beat those Wildcats 47-30. First-year quarterback Sam Taylor, shown here in earlier home games, threw 2 more touchdown passes, and fellow freshmen and former prep stars from local schools played roles in the Rams' highest-scoring offensive performance of the still young season. Sultan Sullivan of Serrano All-CIF fame caught a touchdown pass. Former Barstow Aztec and 2015 Desert Sky League Most Valuable Player Brandon Pierce ran for 88 yards, averaging 7+ yards per carry. Brandon Pierce is the Rams' leading ball carrier 3 games in. Sam Taylor has completed 50% of his passes for 528 yards and 6 scoring passes. Freshman kicker Austin Williams is 6 for 8 in field goal attempts, bad snaps from center causing the misfires. Austin Williams is 10 for 10 in extra point attempts. The leading Rams tackler is Myron Rawlings, 2. The defensive back out of Silverado averages 6 tackles a game. Valu Quality Truck Bodies presents these high-performance flashbacks this date in high desert Mojave River Valley sports history. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, family-owned and operated locally since 1954. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, proudly showcasing teams, athletes, competitive activities, and community programs throughout our high desert. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. Silverwood presents this online sports report. The developers of the Silverwood Master Planned Community support the teams, athletes, and sports programs of all our High Desert and Mojave River Valley schools. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting the teams, schools, athletes, and sports programs throughout our High Desert and Mojave River Valley. This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you next time around.